Hello guys, welcome back to Chris Poli channel. This video I want to share about Global App update for 11 November 2022 maintenance update. But be noticed, all content on this Global App video was recorded on Global App server, so this is all content that will update on our live server in future, and mostly all this update will implement on Korea live server next week maintenance update, and following outside Korea server if they already feel this content already ready to release outside Korea server globally. Okay, to enjoy watch my video, make sure you turn on this video subtitle, and also you can use timestamp that I already provide to go to target topic that you want. And if you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on bell notification to get any update and guide on Black Desert World. Okay, let's start this video content using any feature that I provide. Okay, this is official website for Global App update at 11 November 2022. First major update that they will implement in future is third biome of Attraction Dungeon, Yolunakea. As they already mentioned before, this biome have forest stem, especially forest at daytime. And for this Attraction Yolunakea, for sure there are some puzzle that you need to do when you finishing main quest for this third biome of Attraction Dungeon. And also there are final boss that called Amarillos, that this boss have 3 phases and have difficulty level similar to Sentilutos for final boss of Sikrakea. So I think this Amarillos boss will become heavily mechanic like Sentilutos. And same as another biome for Attraction Dungeon, you can finish this Yolunakea from normal and Elvia difficulty with same EP and DP requirement as another previous biome. And also they also mention seasonal server exclusive Attraction Yolunakea will be updated later in future. So they already prepare the most easy version for this Attraction Dungeon Yolunakea in form of seasonal server. And then how to enter this third biome of Attraction Dungeon Yolunakea. You didn't need to finish the main quest completely for Falmakea and Sikrakea because you only need to finish prerequisite quest Invitation from I and also do early quest for this Attraction Dungeon starting at Falmakea until you finish Attraction Dungeon Talibretir. And at this point, you will allow to interact with Soul Magia on Ancient Stone Chamber to enter this Yolunakea biome. So you didn't need to finish main quest for Falmakea and Sikrakea first to enter this Yolunakea. But if you want to start this Yolunakea main quest, for sure you need to finish previous Attraction Dungeon main quest, either Invitation from I, main quest for first biome, Falmakea, and also finish all main quest on second biome, Sikrakea, and then you can start the main quest for Yolunakea after that. Because this Yolunakea story is connected between story from Falmakea and Sikrakea, that you can start this Yolunakea main quest from Black Spirit after you completing main quest for Falmakea and Sikrakea. But take notice, as always, you didn't need to finish this Attraction Yolunakea main quest to obtain weekly quest reward from this Yolunakea biome. Even you didn't finish any kind of main quest for this Attraction Dungeon, either first biome, second biome, and third biome, you still can proceed to clearing this Attraction Dungeon every week and get the weekly quest and claim the weekly reward from any kind of Attraction Dungeon. And Prebis also give some note for this Attraction Yolunakea main quest because this Yolunakea main quest will be connected from story between Falmakea, Sikrakea, and Mountain of Eternal Winter. Make sure you finish all these 3 previous main quests before you starting this Yolunakea main quest. So if you interest to finish this Attraction Yolunakea main quest, you can prepare it right now by finishing this Invitation from I questline that I guide you on this video. And then another video guide that I recommend to do to prepare this Attraction Dungeon. You can finish Attraction Dungeon Falmakea quest that I guide you on this full guide Attraction Falmakea on this video. That in this video I mention about how to finish all puzzle quests, key, and final boss mechanic for this first biome Attraction Dungeon. And about the second dungeon, Sikrakea, actually I didn't make some guide for Sikrakea, but I plan to release some guide for encounter last boss on Sikrakea dungeon that I will release this week, so just stay tuned on Chris Poli channel. And then another preparation that you can do is finishing Attraction Yolunakea Proceeding quest. Actually, this is pre-quest for Yolunakea story that they already released since 9 November 2022 maintenance update to any region live server. And about this Attraction Yolunakea proceeding quest, you can check this video for more detailed info about this guide that I will release this video later after this Global Lab update video, so just stay tuned on Chris Poly channel for any video that I will release this week. And then the last recommended thing that you need to do is finishing Mountain of Eternal Winter main quest or Everforce main quest that I guide you on this video. Even this Mountain of Eternal Winter main quest, they didn't mention it on this Global Lab update as requirement. But because the story still related with Mountain of Eternal Winter, I think you should prepare this Mountain of Eternal Winter main quest to be finished by your specific character that you want to use to clearing this Yolunakea main quest after this update come. So make sure you finish all these main quests before this update come to prepare anything before you can start to do this Yolunakea main quest. And then on this Global Lab website, they also mention some key mechanic that they already prepared to finish this Yolunakea main quest. And by seeing this table, actually this is mechanic how to craft the key to go to the last boss of this Yolunakea. But I think I will explain it later when this content update to our live server in future. And then on this Global Lab website, they also mention about the last boss Amarillos for this Yolunakea. But I think this is not a big deal for now because they just mention this Amarillos will use any power source to live to change form each time he defeated, and this Amarillo strength will become increased, either its attack and defense, each time we defeat them. And then about special loot, they also order prepare special reward after you finish to defeat the last boss, Amarillos, on this Yolunakea. Actually, this is another box from Yolunakea biome that nearly same like another biome for Attraction Dungeon, like Valmakea and Sikrakea, that you can get these 2 weekly quests every week, either finishing normal biome for this Yolunakea or Elvia version. And then same as another previous Attraction Dungeon, on this Yolunakea, there are some knowledge that you can collect, and you can claim 70 file stack after collecting 50 knowledge from this Yolunakea. And also, if you success to collect 130 knowledge related with this Yolunakea, you will get another 130 file stack that you can claim both of these file stack one time per family. And also, there are special title as the reward for this knowledge completion. But if you first time finishing this Attraction Yolunakea biome, you also can claim this 100 file stack that you only can claim it once per family when you first time finishing this dungeon. And there are another 5 title that you can get by defeating Amarillos, the last boss of this Yolunakea Attraction Dungeon, either for first time or 5 time in normal difficulty. And if you defeating this last boss of Attraction Yolunakea, Amarillos, at Elvia difficulty, you also will get special title when you defeating it on first time and 5 times. And then still about Attraction Dungeon improvement, especially from previous Attraction Dungeon, they just add some option to do this Attraction Dungeon main quest, especially for Valmakea and Sikrakea to become available to do it in solo. But take notice, this solo adventures mode, you only can finish it for story mode only. And if you choose the solo adventures mode, you cannot do it in party. And when this update come, they just mention the solo adventures mode is only available for Valmakea and Sikrakea only for this time. And for Yolunakea, they will update it later in future. And you can start the solo mode adventures for this Attraction Dungeon, especially for Valmakea and Sikrakea, when you entering Attraction Dungeon through Soul Magia at Ancient Stone Chamber, that you will have special button to enter this dungeon in solo adventures mode. And take notice, because this Attraction Dungeon originally designed for co-op dungeon that need 5% cooperatively finish some monster on this area, for sure there are some adjustment to defeat any monster on this dungeon in solo, and they already adjust it for the solo adventures mode option. And take notice, there are some note for the solo mode Attraction Dungeon that they mention there are some content that you cannot obtain or perform in solo mode Attraction Dungeon. And also in this solo mode, some item on this Attraction Dungeon also will not compatible with any item that you bring on co-op version. And also you cannot get some knowledge through the solo mode of this Attraction Dungeon. So this option just to progress to Yolunakea main quest as fast as you can in solo mode, and you cannot get any reward from weekly quest reward truck di solo mode attraction dungeon. And next, they also reduce some requirement for some quests for previous attraction dungeon, like for Pharmalkea main quest. They just reduce monster that you need to defeat on this main quest from 30 to become 15 monster only. And also the same thing for attraction Sikrakria main quest, that previously you need to defeat 20 monster. They just reduce it to become 15 monster only. And also they just add some description text when you entering some area on attraction dungeon beside your minimap. And then for previous attraction dungeon, they just add special title, especially for Sikrakria attraction dungeon when you defeating Sentilutos for first time, either for normal difficulty and Elvia difficulty. So in total you can get these 4 title by defeating Sentilutos first time and 5 times, either for normal difficulty and Elvia difficulty. Okay, next about class balancing. On this week Global Lab update, there are some little class balancing for some class. And first improvement about locking some skill for each class. As shown on this table, they just add some skill to be available to lock from your skill window, so you still can learn all this skill, but you can decide it to activate this skill or not. And for each skill that they will add this lock function, you can check on this video screen for its detail skill for each class for this change. And next for specific class, especially for warrior, they just fix some issue for some skill, especially when doing combo with this skill. And next for sorceress, especially for this skill, they just add some skill description to use this skill. And next for tamer class, they just fix some issue for animation transition when you doing some skill between succession and awakening stance. And next for Valkyrie class, they just fix some issue for some skill effect when you combo it with another skill. And next for witch and wizard, they just fix some issue for this black spirit skill, especially when this skill didn't activate when your character below level 55. And next for land class, they also fix some skill animation, especially for your land movement when using this skill to become natural than before. And also for this flow skill, they just fix some issue for number hit for this skill to become have one less hit when you combo it with another skill. And next for Psy class, they just fix some issue for Psy skill, but I think this is not a big deal. And next for Guardian, they just fix some issue for the second hit for this skill that reported not trigger when you have high attack speed. And next for Assassin class, they just make second hit attack range for this skill to become have the widest attack range between another hit. Okay, next feature content about item, especially for any kind of item on central market. They will adjust any kind of price on central market in future, like any kind of Manos cloth, especially for pen level. They will increase this price from 30 billion to become 60 billion for maximum price. So literally, they will increase its price twice than before. And this is also will apply for any kind of pen Manos accessory. They will increase its maximum price from 59 billion silver to become 150 billion silver. But take notice, this is only for pen Manos accessory. And then they also will increase maximum price for any kind of Crocodile horse gear for +9 until +10, either for earth, wind, and sea. Then they will make this +9 Crocodile horse gear that previously have price 1.57 billion silver for each part to become have maximum price 2.5 billion silver that previously have price 1.8 billion silver. They will increase its maximum price to become 5 billion silver. And then for any kind of wagon registration and also any kind of life skill tool like intermediate and advanced, either cooking and alchemy tools, and also Rebellious Spirit Crystal, they also will increase maximum price of all these items to become more expensive than before. And then for Blue Grade Horse Gear, they also will increase its price either from +0 until +10 to become have more expensive price on central market for its maximum price. And then for Peridot Forest Pet Wagon, they also will increase its price, especially for its equipment, either from +0 until +10, following on this new price list. So any kind of item that's shown on this week Global Lab update will got increase its maximum price that will come in future. So take notice about all of this item. And then for another minor fix and change about background NPC and cutscene, and then for user interface and any other minor fix and change, I think all of this not too a big deal. Okay, that's all Global Lab update for 11 November 2022. And special thanks to all my membership for direct support via Patreon, Karya Karsa, and YouTube membership. And also my current member, Dubiadut, Jimmy Snake, Doki, Angel, Ayrton, Killsteel, Wemi, Bebu, Iliana Nico as gold member, and also for all my silver and bronze member, thank you so much for all your direct support. This will make Chris Poly channel running and growing more faster. If you want to support me directly, I will very grateful. And as special thanks, I will put your name on my video depend on your support level. And be noticed at some level there are have some limit, so make sure you didn't get run out for this limited space. And I will put your name on every subsequent video that I release for the duration of your support. And if you want to join my membership to support me directly, you can go to any platform for Patreon, Karya Karsa, and YouTube membership. I already put link for this membership on this video description, or you can check on top right of this video. I already put card for Patreon link. If you like this video, you can like and subscribe to my channel for another guide and update. Thank you for watching. See you next time.